Hello, BookTube. So, great news. Yesterday, I finished writing my PhD research project. I finished in the morning, and in the afternoon, I did some bureaucracy stuff. And then I have free time in the evening. And I was like, what am I going to do with my free time this evening? You know what? I really should get better in ancient Greek. So I started doing some translation exercises with the Iliad. My ancient Greek is horrible. It's very bad, like below basic. I would say it is below basic. The only people who know less ancient Greek than I do are people who know nothing about ancient Greek. So, because of this, when I read Homer, for example, it takes me 10 minutes to read one line. 10 minutes. Because I need a dictionary and I need a grammar book to understand one line in 10 to 20 minutes. And I was like, okay, let's do some completely insane exercises here. Let's try to translate the Iliad. I'm not going to translate the 16,000 lines the Iliad has. Let's translate the Iliad. A few lines, like the first stanza, metrically. Let's translate the Iliad metrically, line by line, feet by feet, syllable by syllable. Now, in ancient Greek, scansion is not based on stress. It's based on a lot of stuff. People say it is vowel length, but phonemic vowel length is not the same as a long poetic vowel. There are a lot of things. Short vowels can be long too. I think they in Greek they used to call like heavy vowels, or yeah, I think they call heavy vowels. So the Iliad and the Odyssey and the Aeneid and the Metamorphoses were written in diactylic hexameter. So a diactyl is a foot that is in English one stressed syllable followed by two unstressed syllables. So what I'm trying to do is that I'm trying to translate the Iliad in diactyls. However, I'm doing something harder because what I'm trying to do is match syllable by syllable the ancient Greek. So, for example, the first line of the Iliad, the second feet, is actually composed of two heavy syllables. So what I did is that I made sure that in my English translation, the third metrical feet was also two stressed syllables. So this is what I did. I did 2 lines since yesterday, and so far I've been able to write lines in English that are very close in meaning to the original Greek, and they have the exact same amount of syllables and the exact same stress pattern. It took me like 5 hours to do two lines because, well, this is a obnoxiously difficult exercise and stupidly difficult. Nobody should do this. I'm doing this because I'm insane. And and also it's impossible. You cannot translating the Iliad is very difficult. And the main reason why is because my Greek is horrible. I'm not an academic. My Greek is not good. But I've been doing this exercise and it's been a lot of fun. I think I got some good lines here. So the first 2 lines I translated as Wrath of the son of Peleus, oh sing to me, muse, Achilleus, baneful and doom, which countless Achaeans the warriors he gave pain. Now, I have, as you probably heard, I didn't use the Anglophone version of Achilleus. I didn't use Achilles, which only made my life harder because using Achilles would fit better in the metric of the first line. I used Achilleus because it's weird, and I think it is supposed to be weird. I took this idea from the Robert Fitzgerald translation. Fitzgerald also uses Achilleus. Now there's a problem. I don't know how most English speakers would read Achilleus. Would they read Achilleus, as I'm reading, or Achilleus, uh, combining the two last syllables as one? That is a problem that I'm having. I pronounced Achilleus with four syllables, and the antepenultimate syllable is the stressed one. So the scansion is based on the way I'm pronouncing it. And so yeah, wrath of the son of Peleus, O sing to me, muse, Achilleus, baneful in doom, which countless Achaeans, the warriors he gave pain. Yeah. Um, the metric in English is 95% the same as the metric in ancient Greek. I have managed to do that. The only difference that I can see here is the first verse in ancient Greek ends with two heavy syllables. That happens a lot. I think in the first stanza, all lines in the Iliad end with two heavy syllables. However, that doesn't happen in English. In English, it ends with a trochee. Otherwise, everything is the same. The number of syllables is the same. The stress pattern is the same. I had to invent some things. For example, I had to translate Thea as muse. It is not wrong. There a lot of people translate it as muse in the first line. However, Thea literally means goddess. But if I use goddess, it doesn't fit the metric. And in the second line, I had to add two words. I had to add doomed, that is not present in the original Greek. I just had to invent this word. I didn't invent this word. Robert Fitzgerald also puts the word. Sorry. Also adds a word. He adds doomed. So I added that to fit the metric. And in the second line, I also had to add the warriors. In the original, it's just countless Achaeans. I had to add countless Achaeans, the warriors. Oh no, there is also a stress pattern difference in the second line because there is a feet. It's a foot. There's a metrical foot in the second line, which is two heavy syllables. However, I couldn't do it. I could only do that by getting rid of the word Achaeans and using brave Greeks. But I wanted to use Achaeans because it's closer to the original. But using Achaeans, I was forced to transform this metrical foot that is two heavy syllables in English into a dactyl. There are two heavy syllables in ancient Greek to a dactyl in Portuguese. In Portuguese, no, not in Portuguese. Why did I say Portuguese? In English, there are a dactyl in English. So yeah, very very interesting exercise. Very fun to do. It takes a long time. Maybe I'll do the entire first stanza in the next few days, and then I'll never look at this again. So yeah, let me read you again my translation. Wrath of the son of Peleus, O sing to me, muse Achilleus, baneful and doom, which countless Achaeans, the warriors he gave pain. Yeah, reading the Iliad is really good. Grappling with the Greek in the Iliad is also really fun. It's a pain in the butt, but it's really fun too. That's what I've been doing now that I have free time since I finished writing my entire research project for my PhD. And that's it. Thank you, BookTube.